Hi, I wanted to share with you just a quick project on capturing your family memories. Now, this is an old project. I've been scrapbooking for a really long time, probably since I was about 6 years old. And I'm 29, so it really hasn't been that long, right? But I started scrapbooking years and years and years ago, and I actually made this album in 1992. My dad was having a significant birthday, and I wanted to do something special for him. And he had always been our family historian. He did scrapbooks for my brother and myself when we were children, right from the time we were born. Gosh, I don't even know when he stopped, but he did these really special albums for us, and we loved them and still do. It's actually one of the most treasured things that I own. So I wanted to do something for him, and he had a large family and several siblings, and so I didn't really know what to do, but I sent each one of them a letter. This is long before there was an internet, and I just requested that they would maybe send me a picture and a simple story of some sort that they have with my dad. And so I sent each one of his siblings something, and I put it together in an album. And this is like an 8x10 sized album. And we do have an 8x8 album now. So it's a little bit different size-wise than this, but the same amazing quality. And I actually sent each one of them a page. I just sent it in a manila envelope with some cardboard to protect it. And I'll show you what they sent back. So I did a few things myself. And this is long before we had all the pretty things that we have today. So I just took and wrote a little memorial letter to him. And we used to always do those photo booth pictures with the 4 pictures in the strip. So I cut that up and just put it around my page. Super simple, nothing fancy. Cut up some pictures because this was 1992, and then wrote a note to him myself. I had done some creative writing classes in high school and written out a few things, and so I added some of those here. And then we also had, family stories that had been written through time, and so I added a bunch of old pictures and some of the old stories. It is honestly nothing fancy, but it's really treasured. My grandparents' memorial cards and different things in here. Just a quick peek through. Super, super simple. It's nothing fancy. It's mostly writing along with a few pictures. And I love that picture of my grandpa. That was my dad's dad. That one, as I look through here, I think I want to frame that and put it up in the house. And so my dad had written like a Father's Day tribute to his dad, and so I added that in here. It's in my handwriting. My handwriting is nothing fancy, but I did add that. And some pre-printed things from memorial services and different stories that we had through the years. But here is where, let me turn one more page, it gets really interesting. So these pages are stories from his siblings in their handwriting. This is what they sent to me. So they sent pictures. Sometimes they wrote on the wrong side of the page. Doesn't matter. No big deal. A couple of my uncles wrote their stories in poem form, which was really fun. And I have to tell you, so we did this the summer of 1992. My dad's birthday was August 21st of that year, and his first sibling to pass away happened in December of that year. And so I literally did this one album literally with months to spare, and I didn't know it. So it's even more treasured now that they're all gone. So anyway, and so, my brother and I both wrote things in here too. The stories are really funny. My dad's family is a really funny family, and the things that they wrote are definitely treasured. My dad was the baby of the family, and he definitely did some shenanigans, and they were very open to share about their little brother. So that's all in here too. But My main point for doing this is not to show you a fancy album. My main point in showing this to you is that things can be simple and extremely meaningful. If you have a significant birthday or anniversary or any type of event coming up, you can do a simple, treasured album for someone. You can have other people to participate, and it can be so much easier than when I did it so many years ago. It doesn't have to be fancy. You don't have to do something to perfection. You can write on the wrong side of the page. You can put just a couple pictures down. You can tell stories. You can just copy a piece of note paper that somebody else has written. You can do so many different things. But we do have these albums that really stand up to the test of time. Creative Memories albums are really something special. And all of the albums that I have from so many years ago, they're just as sturdy today as they were back then. And with the little jeeping on the side, there is room for the extra things without making your album bulky. It sits on a shelf beautifully or on the side table for everyone to share. But if you have a project, I would love to help you with that. If you need ideas, feel free to reach out. I can give you more ideas, can kind of help you along the way. But just wanted to inspire you to take the time to request people to participate in what you're doing. Some will, some won't. I had 100% participation, which is probably unusual, but it was a treasured album for my father. And then when he passed away, it was regifted to me, and I treasure it now probably much more than I ever did when I made it. So anyway, be inspired, do something today, think of your ideas, and let's implement those ideas.